Bonjour mes élèves. Today we will take up the conditional tense, which is essential for the fourth lesson of your portion. The conditional tense, or le conditionnel as we say in French, is formed with two tenses. On one hand you have to know the future tense, and on the other hand you have to know the imperfect tense. So from the future tense we take the stem, and from the imperfect tense we have to take the endings. The stem of the future plus the imperfect endings will give you the conditional tense. So the conditional is formed with the stem of the future. So to the stem of the future, if you add the following imperfect endings, you will get what is known as the conditional tense. Now what are the imperfect endings? The imperfect endings are easy. AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT. So these are the imperfect endings: AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT, and you have to by heart these endings to know them in this order. Now, how do we obtain the stem of the future? The stem of the future is obtained by conjugating the verb in the future tense and omitting the endings. For example, if you take parler, the future tense for parler is je parlerai. Je parlerai. The ending of the future I have put in blue. So if you omit the alphabets in blue, you will get what is known as the stem of the future. For all regular ER verbs, the stem of the future will be the full infinitive, or it will be the full verb. But for irregular verbs, you will have to know your future conjugations. We take up an irregular verb, avoir. The future tense for avoir is j'aurai. J apostrophe A-U-R-A-I. The future ending is in blue, which you have to omit. And once you omit the future ending, you will get A-U-R. Now to this A-U-R, if you add the imperfect endings like AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT, you will get what is known as the conditional tense. So let us see a few examples. For example, parler will become je parler plus AIS. So you will have je parlerai. That is, the stem of the future is written in red and the imperfect ending and imperfect endings are in green. So the conditional will become je parlerai in the first person singular. And if you move to the first person plural, you will get nous parlerions. P-A-R-L-E-R-I-O-N-S. The same with all the other verbs. For example, if you take the verb avoir, for the first person singular, you will have j'aurai. Whatever is in red is the stem of the future, and whatever is in green is the imperfect endings. So, j'aurai for the first person singular, and nous aurions for the first person plural. And if you take the verb être, for the first person singular, you have je serai, and for nous, you will have nous serions. If you take the verb finir, you will have for the first person singular, je finirai, F-I-N-I-R-A-I-S, and for nous, you will have nous finirions. Even for the IR verbs, all regular IR verbs, the stem of the future will become the infinitive. But for all irregular IR verbs, definitely you will have to know the conjugation of the verb in the future to take the stem. And the last verb which I have given you is an RE verb, vendre. Now, vendre, if you notice, when you form the future tense, you will drop the final E and then you will add the future ending. So, the stem of the future for vendre will become V-E-N-D-R, to which if you add the imperfect ending AIS for je, you will get je vendrai. And for nous, it becomes nous vendrions. I hope you would have understood the conditional tense, the formation of the conditional tense for the fourth lesson. Merci, au revoir, stay safe.